Howdy, my friend, and welcome back. I'm so glad you could stop by once again and join us on the ranch. Now, Clara is going to be starting her day here any moment. I have been trying to get in the habit of waking her up at 6, and we'll cue her up to once again harvest all these grapes, and we're going to get all this prairie grass around here too, and just get a good start on the day. Now, Kentucky did actually go into her horse bed for a very short time, but didn't actually sleep in it. She actually went over here and had fallen asleep by the prairie grass. Is she actually eating the prairie grass? It almost looked like it for a moment there, but I missed it. Now, okay. I was going to say, I set the front door to lock the horses out of the house because I wanted to keep her out of there. I know that's probably not the nicest thing, but you know, we'd like to keep the horse out of the house. There's not enough space for a horse to be joining us in there. All right, so I did go ahead and sell those bottles of nectar that we'd made and got the money together to buy the stackable nectar storage rack. I'm hoping that it will work there. I haven't had to test it yet because she hasn't been hungry, but we can always make adjustments. We will have plenty of grapes here, so if I need to, I might sell a couple of those, but I'd rather not. I'd rather use it for the nectar. And I'm almost feeling like we really don't need half of the grapes that we have. I think the rate it takes to make a bottle of nectar, and how quickly these are growing, my only concern is over the seasons that the grapes are not in season that we would run out of grapes. So I think we're going to try to play through the next season and see how things are. We could get to a point that we just need to have a smaller patch of grapes, but in a greenhouse, so that we can keep a consistent amount of grapes and then build further on more of the ranch aspect and, you know, the horses, the sheep, and that sort of thing. Because I would like for Kentucky to not be the only horse here. It would be great to explore her having a full and, you know, expanding the family. And eventually, obviously, Clara, I would like to have her find someone special, but that's some time away. I want to take a look actually at her age. She is 80 days until she becomes an adult, so we have plenty of time to explore that. And, you know, just I wanted to enjoy as much of the features first before we get into more of, I guess, finishing up her story, because I think once we reach that point, we're kind of nearing the end of this, and I have goals to first build a nice ranch here, a nice barn, definitely go beyond the log cabin and really expand on things. So those are all just future plans, and, you know, we'll kind of take it as it comes. But right now, Kentucky's doing excellent pretty much all around. I'm not going to bother with doing any grooming or anything right now. Clara's really busy. It would be great to actually to get to know the neighbors a bit also at some point. We really have not explored the townies much, just kind of the ones we passed by or ran into when we were out trying to have different types of fun. I kind of also would like to explore more of the jobs, even though that's not necessary for our income right now. Okay, awkward pause moment there for a second, and I'm going to be completely off track all of a sudden. My cat just had a moment. Odin is one of our cats, and when we got him, they had to remove a good chunk of his teeth because they were broken when he was brought in as a stray. And so he struggles a little bit with eating his food sometimes, and yeah, we won't go into too many details, but I had to take care of that. So I think what I was saying was the job boards, I'd like to explore more of those, especially once we have sheep and goats, just to kind of play with that feature. So that's on my list. Even though it's not something we will need financially, we definitely could just sell these grapes and we'd be doing amazingly well already, but that's not my goal. Okay, I had set to harvest the prairie grass, but it looks as though Kentucky has actually just eaten it all, so I guess we don't have to worry about that. I wasn't 100% sure that was something that the horses could do, but it makes sense. Yeah, totally makes sense. But okay, we're gonna speed through here. Let's see, what is she going to? Oh, she's going to listen to Kentucky. Does Kentucky talk? Kentucky's got something to say. Well, Kentucky's a little bit in need of social, so that could be part of it, but I'm not sure what Kentucky has to say. Okay, she's walking right on past, so I guess she was just listening while she was harvesting. So we're heading back in to start our first batch here, and I'm trying to figure out, like, do I want to fill this and then sell some things? How long do I want to age them is a big factor here. I think what I'm leaning toward right now is that I will make a bottle to store, then make a bottle to sell until we have filled that rack. And then hopefully we will have established a bit more, from the selling of the bottles that we do have, we'll have established a bit more income so that we can expand on things. I, at some point, would like to have a cellar, because I have heard you can double up on the speed that it ages by having these racks in a basement or cellar. So that is definitely on our goal, or on our list of ways to deal with this. I think I can just drag it into there. Yeah, there we go. So there's our first bottle in there. So then the next one we will sell after we clean. And rather than having you sit and watch this for who knows how long, I'm going to have her work on crafting nectar until I need to fill her needs, and just kind of deal with that aspect and kind of go through the, I guess what I would consider the boring part. And we'll come back to spend some time with Kentucky before the day is out. Okay, she is actually currently cleaning up and getting herself back in order. It took us until about 4 o'clock to make 3 additional bottles. So I'm going to actually go ahead and pop one of these into here. So we have 1 bottle for each one sold, or 1 bottle sold, 1 bottle stored. So let's see what our progress here is on our expert nectar maker. We want to achieve level 5, which is the max leveling for the nectar making skill. We want to make 50 excellent bottles of nectar. We'll have to find what it requires. Skill level, ingredient quality. So as we improve the grapes and our own skill, that should all help. And then we want to make 100,000 simoleons selling the nectar. Now my goal here is for us to at least play this out until we reach that point. I also wanted to say that I have made the executive decision to go ahead and sell about half of these plants. I'm going to cut us down to 50. As I'm realizing how much time it takes her to make nectar and how much time it takes just to harvest all of this and the care and everything of it, I'm thinking that it is way more than we are ever going to need. And, if it takes us half of our day just harvesting the grapes, we're really losing a lot of valuable time. And at this point, we have several hundred grapes in our inventory, so I think we will be fine. We'll be continuing to build on that, with the 50 plants each day. So we should have more than enough to see us through at least winter, probably spring, without even needing to worry about whether or not the plants are protected in some way. So that's the decision I'm making. I'm probably going to use the money then to expand a bit on our house here and give us a little bit more of a real home. Hopefully, find a way to put a cellar in, but I'm not sure I'm going to make that much just from selling these grapes. They are ready to evolve, but a lot of them are. But Clara's skill is not quite there, so we can't get them evolved up just yet. Hopefully, we can start improving on that skill also. Kentucky is definitely wandering around a lot more, exploring the grasses. I haven't been bothering too much with, um, you know, harvesting those grasses because we have enough money that I'm able to just go ahead and fill the feeder as necessary. So that hasn't been a major concern. Okay, it's only 5:43. I really don't know how I feel about sending her to bed so early. So I think we're going to go ahead and kind of spend some time with Kentucky again. Um, you know, just a little bit of. Oops, what did I just? I did the brushing. We're going to clean the hooves, scratch neck, maybe have a little conversation, and then we will go ahead and ride around. Let's see. Let's whisper too. And then go ahead and mount. And then we'll go on another joyride. Definitely want to build those skills. Actually, there's a spot over here again that we could go back and race barrels or work on the jumps once we have gotten on to Kentucky. I think that would be fun to also work on those skills. And I'm having some thoughts. Call the ranch. Okay, buy mini goats and sheep. I kind of wanted to. Okay, we could afford one of each, but that will wipe us out. Okay, we've got a spotted thing going here. I think I'm going to go ahead and get a Dalmatian mini sheep. I think it's just funny and cute. We do have a lot of fun colors here, but they can get quite a bit more expensive and more than we have in a lot of cases. As it is, we're already spending more than we should on this, but I want to get the mini goat and add that to our mix here. Okay, we have purchased a new animal. They're located in your Sims inventory. Click here to learn more about mini goats and mini sheep. Oh my goodness. Okay, mini goats and mini sheep are a perfect addition to any ranch. You can purchase them from the Call Ranch Animal Exchange, which I believe is kind of what we did, the Ranch Community Board, or the Hey Now Animal Feeder, or the Bits and Bales Mercantile in New Appaloosa. And that must be one of the buildings there that we kind of similar to in Cottage Living. Some of the buildings, you can click on them to order things. They're kind of like a rabbit hole situation. Mini goats and mini sheep require care of their hunger, hygiene, and attention to keep their mood up. The happier they are, the more you can earn from shearing and milking. Hover over an animal to see the status of needs and other information, such as their happiness and life stage. Okay, that's something I actually forgot, is that we can earn money from shearing. So that's another income stream. It still sticks within the ranch idea, and I don't think it's unreasonable for us to get a little bit of extra money from the sheep. Eventually a goat also would be nice. I would like to turn on the I can't remember what it's called, but where we have to have the foods or purchase the foods in order to cook, the simple living lot trait. I would like to do that, and I'm wondering if we can use the goat's milk for milk. But then I would also probably want to start farming some other fruits and vegetables so that we're not having to buy those. I think that's something, just if it starts to get a little easy, it would be nice to use that feature then to make it a little hard again. But anyway, hunger to feed these ranch animals, purchase a Hey Now animal feeder. Okay, so the sheep should be using that, and the prairie grass they'll graze on give them a brush to keep them clean, and they're social creatures, so having a chat or giving them a nice pet will be a good thing. And then if you succeed, surrounding mini goats and mini sheep will take notice and get attention too. Okay. Mini goats and mini sheep are more than adorable ranch companions. Mini sheep can be sheared and mini goats can be milked. Okay. If your mini goats and mini sheep are unhappy for too long, they will run away to greener pastures. Don't worry, they'll give you a second chance and stay if you take better care of them. If you're having trouble keeping up with them, hire a ranch hand. Life is precious and fleeting. Mini goats and mini sheep will pass away from old age when the time comes. If you're not ready to part with your animal friends, go to the game options and turn off animal aging. Now, we will keep it on. As sad as those features are, they're also kind of, at least in my playstyle, I feel like they're a part of life, and so we want to keep them in. We're going to go ahead and actually, oh wait, she's on Kentucky right now, so I'm going to go ahead and keep her on. We will remove the sheep after. We're going to trot over here and then practice barrels. So let's ride. Yeah, we have not even reached level 2 yet of the riding skill. And, as I've mentioned before, if you didn't recall this or if you are new, I have used MC Command Center, kind of a mega mod. I've used one of the features in that to make skill gain more difficult. I also used the same mod to change my aging. So I have kind of a system of aging where, going off the fact that 3 sim days is how long a pregnancy takes, I've kind of created a system of aging assuming that 1 sim day is equivalent to 3 months. And I've built, years based on that. And more like about a 70-year age span, because beyond that started to be too much. But that means, like in this situation, Clara has 80 days yet until she ages up to an adult. So there's lots of days here. So it made sense to make it a little harder to gain the skills. So at the current settings I have, it basically takes twice as long to gain skills. So if you're watching this wondering how long skills take and you're getting concerned that it takes way too long to gain skills, that's why. Figure it will take half the time, roughly, that it's taking me. Although there is a slight adjustment to that because we're using the tiny home feature, so we're gaining skills a little bit faster than we would be without that. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, she's gonna ride here for a bit, and then we are getting to about that time. So I think we're gonna have her come back home. We're gonna go ahead and cancel the barrels. And I don't know if we can have her stop riding then once she's here, but we're going to go ahead and drop our Dalmatian sheep onto the ground. Okay, let's head back. Come on. Well, okay. I just made her get off the horse, I think, but I feel like I broke her a little bit here. All right, there we go. We're trotting on back. Awkwardly, but I feel like we're getting just slightly less awkward. Slightly. And, ooh, the grunts. Yeah, I'd find that hard too. Getting onto a horse has always been one of my very difficult. I'm short. I don't know if that's why. Like I said, my horse knowledge is fairly limited. There we go. Finally got her to work. We had an animation error. I'm not really sure what was going on there. Could be a mod issue, could be a game bug. With The Sims, it's really hard to say, especially when you use mods. I will say I've been removing and simplifying my mod selection significantly, so it's less likely to be that, but I'm not feeling marshmallow for a name. Let's see. I need some ideas. I'm going to do a quick search for some ideas and see what I come up with. Okay, this is going to be the world's stupidest name to most people, but I came across the name merino, and that is my favorite type of wool to knit with, and I knit socks all the time. And it was that came up with the idea of sock. It's stupid. I know that right now. I fully admit that, but we are calling this poor sheep sock. I don't know why. I'm being silly. It is what it is. You'll probably find that silly is just my nature. All right, I want to check on these real quick. Let's see. Open, see if we've got any aging happening here yet. They are both poor quality and not yet aged by the looks of it. Yeah, wonderful. We have a long way to go, but we're going to go ahead and send Clara off to bed. I'm not even going to try at this point to tell Kentucky to go to bed because she never listens, and that's just the way it is. But we're going to end this day here and end this video here. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope to see you again very soon, and have a wonderful day.